There's nothing wrong with the computer, is there?
No, it's
Oh, never mind. It's
just yeah.
doing what it. Yeah. I knew what I was talking about.
I said I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't get why you try to rebuttal with. Of course, you know what you're talking about. That wasn't the question. That wasn't the thing that I said.
Well, sometimes I don't care if you know what I'm
That's literally
talking
that.
about.
I want you to know that's literally the equivalent. Of like, I don't like muffins. Well, I like muffins. I didn't ask you. Ah, mother, freaking butt cheek, dude.
That feels like karma.
It's not karma. It hurts. Okay, welcome to the back.
To the back.
To the back
To the back
podcast.
podcast.
I think I have lockjaw from grinding my teeth because I might have tinnitus. I'm being so for real. I've heard ringing in my right ear, and it hurts sometimes when I listen to headphones, like on my right ear only, and it feels like the sound's going directly in the ear, like sometimes, and it's a little too much, and it's like also sometimes sounds too loud than that I can handle anymore.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to do. We don't have insurance.
I'm not asking
so.
for insurance. I'm just letting you know.
Well,
You
I'm
know,
just saying, like, I'm not laughing at that you're hurting. I'm laughing
you
at
were
that
you
you went
quite.
from, I think I have lockjaw from grinding my teeth because I have tinnitus.
That's
Like,
because that's the order of operation. I don't know what you're talking about. That's like
I mean, I
that's like
guess.
saying I think I have an infection because I got cut because I was jumping around. Like it's the same thing. One thing happened because another. I didn't just get locked off from just lockjaw.
I don't know. I grind my teeth and I don't have lockjaw.
I don't know. I'm hoping it just subsides. Anyways,
I'm hoping it subsides
what did you
too.
think of the movie Companion? If it was Letterbox,
Well, I was thinking about like the fact that like
I really love it. I know
we've
it. Like
no, I'm just thinking about like because we watched that and then also Severance, which isn't AI, but it is like technology
yeah,
and how like that how much it just all that weirds me out.
yeah.
Like legitimately, technology in that form terrifies me. I've always been under belief that the robots will take over if we let
I
them.
think it's because you're the generation that had iRobot and like your first film. I think the first films because there's films now about robots and AI
We just
that shows
Terminator.
it in a different light, right?
Yeah.
But the early on films, Terminator, RoboCop, iRobot, they were all about robots taking over.
RoboCop wasn't about that. I mean,
No,
sorta,
it
but no,
it
like
was the dangerous sides of robots.
the
You know what
no,
I
the
mean?
whole point is that they expected him to be like a robot, and he still had human quality.
Yeah,
Which I mean, that's basically what Companion ended up being, having human quality.
yeah. When
So I'm gonna go with AI terrifies me.
and that's what I was just trying to say. Like I think the early on.
Also, Detroit being human.
That's what I'm saying. But that's my generation. Detroit Become Human shows
Yeah,
the robots, her, which is like the AI
I
thing.
haven't watched that.
It's good. But stuff like this, you know what I mean? Like it's not. It's still showing like oh, it could be dangerous because we don't know anything, or no, we don't know fully what it could be. But
Well, it's like
also, can you give me the score? I asked that first. If it was
uh
Letterbox, you can do half stars. So out of 5 stars,
like it's a solid 4.5. I feel
nice.
like I was sitting here watching it thinking, why did this not get more buzz? This is really good.
I don't know. Shows movies are like hit or miss
But
now.
is it an independent film?
No. It's New Line Cinema. You saw the yeah.
Well, I mean, was it a low budget film?
I mean, probably there's only 11 cast members,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean anything. There's the film Drive, I think, or something has one person and it did well. And
Well,
but the
I'm
one
just
person is Tom
saying.
Hardy, or not Tom Hardy. It's someone
I
else.
don't know. I think I vaguely remember seeing something about it, but I don't feel like it got very good press.
I've known about it because I follow both Sophie and Jack,
Mm.
so I was like I just knew about it.
I don't think I follow. Well, I know I don't follow.
I think I saw a
Sophie,
trailer somewhere,
but I don't think I follow Jack Quaid.
but it's
Which
also
is
kind of
weird because I do follow. Well,
Carl Urban.
yeah, of course
I
I
was about
do.
to say it's not weird.
It's not weird at all.
Uh, I just noticed like I don't really like the way we consume trailers now is more of like either you see it on social media,
Yeah.
like a post about it because you're following
Or
somebody,
if you go
or
to
you
the theater.
happen to be watching like a sports game or something you happen to be watching TV,
Right.
you'll see it. Because otherwise, unless you like read about it on Twitter or Instagram and it's like trending or TikTok, right? There's a good chance you're probably not gonna see it.
Yeah. Or if you happen to be following the people that are in it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
So again, social media.
just thought about that 'cause I just remember like seeing like trailers on TV when I was younger, and like or at the like being waiting for the new movies to see them when I go to the movies.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that looks good. You know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
too expensive to go to the movies.
Like I will know. Like I think if I went to the movies now, I'll probably have heard of every movie that's gonna be in the previews. You know what I mean? Just because I've seen it
Of
somewhere.
social media, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I used to like remember like I maybe heard one or I knew of one that was coming out, and it's usually like the biggest one, like a Marvel movie or something. Like, oh yeah, that's gonna come out soon.
Right.
Just crazy. Hi. I watched Dune and Dune 2. Fell asleep. I went to bed watching Dune, and then I woke up and watched Dune 2 because I just dreamt of Dune. I kind of had a Dune 1.5 in my mind.
Wait, so did you go when you woke up? Did you finish Dune?
Yeah, and then I immediately, because I had a little bit left, and then I immediately started Dune 2.
Yeah.
Great. It's great. It's great. I remember when Dune came out, the first one, 2021, some people were like, it's great, it's amazing. And some people were like, it's too long. And some people were like, they didn't really understand what's going on. I felt like it wasn't much. I can see how each would come across that way. I'd give it like anywhere from an 85 to like a 90. You know what I mean? But I think it was really good setup because you knew it was part one, right?
Yeah.
But it had a good story. I mean, the visuals are insane. You know what I mean? There's things to like about it if you're not fully understanding the story just yet, because it is a part one. And then part two is where it's like, oh, this is a perfect film in my mind. I'm not saying it's my favorite film, but in my mind, I'm like, there's nothing more I would have wanted, and it did so many things great. It's great acting. It's great cinematography. The story's amazing. The genre it's in, it excels at, which is being sci-fi and action. You know what I mean? It's really good.
I believe you. I just have nothing to add to it.
It's one of those things where it's like, you ever like something gets hyped up so much, you think there's no way.
That was that way with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I like purposely did not watch it.
You're like, it's not. No,
This
there's
is
no.
me obnoxious. And
I'm not gonna like it. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
that good. I don't know about that. And then you watch it and you're
I
like,
watched
oh,
it when the last season was airing. I started
damn.
the first season, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I
I
get
get
why
the
everybody
hype.
likes it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, like if there's a movie like that.
Well,
That
I normally like. Well, Interstellar for me just recently as well.
Yeah.
Because I never was like, oh, because people play the theme all the time. I was like, what's so. Interstellar changed my life. I can see how if you see it when it came out, like, oh, I'm gonna be like, you at least for a good week, you're gonna be on a different cloud. But
I mean,
recently, I don't know. I can't think of anything that's like, oh wow, that was amazing. I mean, I'm sure there is like
great. He's watched a lot of movies.
One Piece. One Piece was like that for me. Because I was like, oh, there's too many episodes. I don't understand how you sit through One Piece. I remember saying I remember going to DreamCon. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna watch One Piece. That's too long. My favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter. Cut to like a year and a half later, I'm finishing One Piece, and I'm like, oh my god, this is maybe better than Hunter x Hunter.
It's not enough episodes.
It's not enough. I want 2,000.
I don't think I had that attitude about it because you had already had me sit through Naruto. So
You know, Naruto's not. I feel like Naruto's was like a breeze.
Naruto's
though.
a lot of episodes though.
It
I'm
is.
saying I had already
Yeah.
sat through something that was a lot of
But
episodes.
Naruto is more filler than One Piece, which is crazy.
True, yeah, that is actually insane.
Yeah.
But like, I guess because I started anime so late.
Yeah.
And with the exception of Attack on Titan, I know everybody hates me saying that. It's just not for me. And it's not that I think it's bad. It's not bad. It is very brilliantly done, and I see the brilliance in it. It's just so depressing.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And like
Somehow that's more depressing than Death Note.
yeah.
And Death Note's depressing, especially if you finish it. It's like
It's just, man, people are just dying one after the other and in horrible ways. Like, it was, again, the reason I stopped watching The Walking Dead for a while. It's just like, oh, there's no hope here. So I guess I didn't, I wasn't expecting One Piece to overtake Naruto for me, though.
Yeah, you love Naruto.
Yeah, it's still my screen thing.
Yeah.
Which maybe it's because I haven't found a One Piece that I want to put there yet.
I could probably find one.
But I mean, I just on a watch through. I've just got done with a Marineford, so
Yeah.
I mean, and I think I started rewatching it a month or two after you took me through it, so that was a pretty quick turnaround to rewatch.
Yeah.
I mean, and there are like saying. I mean, I love Hunter x Hunter and Demon Slayer and
Okay, well.
Solo Leveling, and there's a lot that I love too, but I don't know if there's at this point if there will be something that replaces like that top spot for me. Where One Piece is my point.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't like Classroom of the Elite?
No, I do love that. It's really good. I just don't think, I don't know. It's totally one of those things where we're like, oh, it's overrated. It's not rated enough. It's not rated enough, in my opinion.
I know you're
And it's crazy because, like, I told you, Vivian, just finished Water 7.
Your friend.
Yeah, and Ines Lobby, right?
Yeah.
And she just hit Thriller Bark because she's like, I met Brooke. Finally,
Yeah.
remember when I thought his name was Brooks?
When you thought that for a while,
think
and
of-
you combated me
Well,
about
because
it.
they always said Brooks. Like,
No, they didn't. They literally didn't. It's a Mandela effect.
I don't know if the room's arguing with you or me, but
Both was like, shut up.
right. So just, and it's funny because I had been wanting her to watch it for a while because I was
Yeah.
like, so I can share, because we normally like we'll share like Naruto or Demon Slayer like TikToks, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't send her anything for One Piece because I don't want to spoil anything. Like, a big thing got spoiled for me.
I forgot that. I actually forgot that happened. And I remember being.
You were so
I was
angry
so
for me.
mad. We had a whole. I ranted about it. I was so mad. I don't care now at all. But it's just like, because you still love it for what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I
we're
mean?
not gonna talk about
Like,
it because
and
she's
also-
not there yet.
And also, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like it's a big deal as far as the story, but it really. It is,
but it is. But
it is, but like there's so many other things to focus
Yeah.
on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the time, especially like for the first especially for like 200 episodes afterwards, you're like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
this is the most important thing that's happened in One Piece.
Yeah. Well, no, like every time that gets referenced back, it feels like the most important thing.
Now it's fun. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say something like it's spoiler for you, like spoiler without spoiling. You ever seen those when they like put the CD and say it's that person? Like they put the person there and it's a CD because it has a. Because the CD
In
has a
One
hole.
Piece?
Because the CD has a hole in the middle, right? And they
Wait,
put
there's
like,
a CD in One
no,
Piece.
no. They just someone gets a real life CD. They take a picture of it and they put
oh,
that person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like
yeah.
a donut.
Yeah.
It's
That's
funny.
fucked up.
It's funny now.
It's too soon.
But
It's
like
too soon.
when it happened, if someone would have showed that me when it happened, I would probably slap them.
It's too soon.
Shut up.
But anyhow, what I love is like she's making posts about it.
Yeah.
Like she did the post for of Robin's I Want to Live,
Yeah.
and then one for the Mary. She's the Mary killed her.
I
like,
want to. I feel sadistic for not being too choked up about the Mary.
I've cried every time I watched it.
It's the part where I'm like sad is spoilers, I guess, is when Usopp and Luffy are fighting and they're like, it's like they're on the beach and they're like yelling at each other. That part gets me choked
beforehand,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, that part gets me choked up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like I'm so mad at Usopp. I'm so mad at Usopp.
Yeah.
I hated Usopp for a bit.
Oh my god, I just watched like I think it was a TikTok and it was like little known facts about like One Piece, right? Or no, about Usopp specifically.
Yeah.
And that part of the reason his nose wasn't originally going to be long, but he did it because of like the Pinocchio effect. Because he lied all the time. But also, did you like I mean, since all of his lies come true.
Yeah.
Like he has thousands of followers because when he gets that one
Yeah.
arc, like all of the stuff that he lies about comes true, and that Oda never wants to make him. He always wants him to be the weakest
Yeah.
in the crew because it's like the humanity of the
Yeah.
crew. But God, he pisses me off so much.
You know what's
So
crazy?
much.
It's up and down because when Usopp was first introduced, I actually loved him.
Yeah, me too.
I don't mean like not just liked him. I was like I really like this character, and then he kept going, and then when the Mary thing happened, I like fucking hated Usopp. And then it's here and there when they're like, "You're fucking Usopp, you're so fucking useless. What are you doing?" Him and Nami. I swear to God, when Nami gets sucked into Usopp's shenanigans, she becomes
Yeah.
so fucking useless.
But I mean, I don't feel like lumping Nami and Usopp
when
into
they're
the same
when they're
category.
when they're together,
yes.
it's a mess.
Actually, it didn't add Chopper in the mix, and that's what really irritates me because I'm like, Chopper, you literally have a devil fruit. They don't, you do. And you have many forms you can be. Why are you acting scared? But then it's just to remind us that Chopper is baby boy.
Yeah.
So yeah. But my whole point is like, now she understands why like me and
You're
so
so
many
passionate
others
about it,
were
yeah.
like, you don't understand. It really is that good. And right now, especially whenever someone's like if they're in the comments and they're like, oh, I don't know, should I watch it? I'm like, if you really, really hate the way our nation is currently in our government, I promise you One Piece is cathartic.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's that noise?
It's the laptop. They can't hear it.
Oh, I think I've asked that before.
Almost every laptop or computer does that eventually at some point. Unless you have like
it
a really
weirds
good
me
one.
out.
Like, your laptop did it all the time. I'm surprised you're not used to it. I remember hearing that all the time with your laptop.
I
Especially
haven't,
because it was older.
I haven't had a laptop like that in so long
Sound
that
like
I just don't remember.
engine starting up. You know what my favorite anime is? And I'll give you a hint. I'll let you guess first, and then I'll give you a hint. So I'll let you.
So it's not One Piece.
So I'll give you So I would say it's not One Piece. I'll give you 2 guesses. If you can't get it by 2, I'll give you a hint. If you can't get it by then I'll just tell you. So 3 guesses.
I already don't get.
I think you'll get it I think you'll get it with a hint for sure. I just want to see if you can get it before then. So 2. And I already give you one that's not One Piece, obviously.
Well, I don't feel like it's Hunter x Hunter either because you said One Piece overtook that.
Are you asking me questions or are you doing? You can't do that. You know you're cheating when you do that, right? I hate when people do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I would have guessed Hunter x Hunter.
That's one guess?
Yeah.
Not Hunter x Hunter. Another guess before you get a hint. And don't act like I've not talked about animes. I've talked about
is
animes.
it Solo Leveling?
No, I'm not mad at that answer because I was like, when season 2 ended, I was like, Mom, it's so good. But no, it's not. So I'll give you a hint. The reason it's my favorite anime is because I would say not alone. The anime alone isn't necessarily. I would say there's other animes that I probably recommend to others, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the world that I love, and especially after reading the manga, even though it's kind of different, I love it as a package the most.
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I knew you would get it after the hint. I love Tokyo Ghoul so much.
My first question would have been, is it one we've watched together? Which I still need to finish. I haven't finished that yet.
Yeah.
Does have the best opening for season 1.
That
and that's saying a lot because Naruto has some amazing openings.
I think Naruto has the best. Is it the OST? Like the music that's gone during the original soundtrack is what it stands for. Like it's like the music that goes on during the show. Cause it's like when the Naruto's have music,
really over like the music that plays when the One Piece is the crew's walking up the Straw Hats. Seriously,
that's their theme though. That's We Are just reprised. I'm saying Naruto.
Dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's not.
That's not. But no, I would say I still think Naruto has more that I like. Cause you got to think about like the Akatsuki theme.
Yeah.
It's like.
You mean the transitions?
No, it's not. It's themes at play. I'll play it to you afterwards.
Okay. Whatever.
Just so you have a thing.
Yeah.
I think One Piece has a great ones. One Piece tends to use the dun dun dun.
Yeah, because it works
over and over again. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
It's especially during spoiler when it like I think that was the one that played when he went Gear 5 and it was like orchestral. And
yeah,
it was like,
they think they do that and they add drums of liberation.
Yeah, the drums. It was so good. That's my favorite anime moment of all time. One Piece is my favorite anime moment, so I'll give it that.
I was trying to think if that's
what
my favorite.
That or when Killua steals the heart. That's just so cool. Okay, or when Killua does anything. Or actually when Gon lost it. When Gon lost it, oh my god.
I think my favorite anime moment is Demon Slayer season 1.
I know it is. I remember you
crying. Ugly cried so hard, and I wasn't expecting that when Tanjiro and Nezuko fight together to bring down the Spider family, the kid in it. I can't remember that character's name. it's just so beautiful, like the strings of blood
Yeah.
like lighting up and like I don't know, it's just so I mean,
What about the spoil? This could be kind of spoilers for anime. What about the tale of Naruto Uzumaki when Jiraiya
yeah.
dies?
God, that's sad.
But it's so like
actually, from Naruto, it would be
when he holds the
Shikamaru
going
lighting
back
the
and
thing.
getting
His fucking
yeah, his lick back.
revenge.
That's the greatest lick back
Yes.
ever.
It is like it's so or actually, God, what is his name? Rock Lee. When he like goes and fights what's his name after he's just been in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, the Gaara versus Rock Lee fight is so good.
yeah, that is a
Really my favorite. That's my favorite fight of all time.
No, it's just when he says
Drop the
the
weights."
weights. Yeah.
Or when Gaara screams "My blood." Naruto's so good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say another anime I forgot that I really like. I know it's Blue Lock, the season 2 when he scores the goal.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler. Oh my god. That
Blue
was like
Lock has a lot of good moments.
goosebumps. That whole, because it went silent. It was just no talking. The animation stepped 10 times up.
Classroom Elites when he goes and beats their asses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for Aida Kaja just
I might rewatch that. I'm ready for another season. So bad.
So, yeah.
It's really good. If y'all have not watched Classroom of the Elite, like especially if shonen isn't your thing, and you because what you said that slice of life, even though it feels weird.
What?
Classroom of the Elite, like what category?
It's not slice of life. It's
not shonen.
Well, shonen. Do you know what shonen means really?
It's just fighting, right?
Yes, it's normally fighting, but it's really directed towards boys because there's the one that means directed towards girls.
What is that? Because the Sailor Moon would be the one that's directed towards
it's called
girls.
something. Hold on, let me just look it up.
Which
It's
is also I need to finish Sailor Moon. I think I'm a season and a half left on that.
Sailor.
Sailor.
Moon.
Being human.
Sailor Shoujo.
Shoujo.
Yeah, target demographic to teenage and young adults, and then shonen is teenage and young men.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't mean it's just targeted. It doesn't mean that it's
Okay, but Classroom Elite doesn't fit into that category, right?
I can go to because I'm on the thing. The
Even if
anime
it does,
list,
it doesn't feel the same as like Naruto and One Piece and like Demon Slayer. Because
like,
it isn't just like there's really not that much fighting. It's all a lot of mental stuff.
I mean, it's like philosophy. Oh, genres. It's psychological, mystery, and drama.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Death Note fits in that?
Yeah, psychological mystery and drama. It's the definite. It's the
Yeah.
most psychological mystery and drama. What do you mean? It's all about psychological, like it's outsmarting another thing.
I know, but I would.
It's the most. I'm gonna outsmart you. I'm gonna outsmart you. To the two, whatever, drama filled and a mystery.
I'm still aggravated that it goes past a certain spot.
The final ending, like the last ending, I get and I will accept. I'm not the biggest fan of it because I think it should have ended with other people involved in it, and I think that's why I'm upset with it. And then the in between, I don't really
But
care
I'm just
for.
saying, if it had ended where I feel like
Yeah.
it should have ended, that would have been a perfect ending. And I don't mean everybody wanted it to end that way, but it would have been a perfect ending. Like I've watched movies that don't end happily, right?
Yeah.
But it makes sense that that's the way that it would end.
Yeah.
This is why I haven't finished Death Note, because I just like, well, that's where it should have ended.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get some kind of hate comment about that.
No, I actually you won't. No, that I think it's a
It's not a hot take.
It's a big consensus that
Yeah.
the latter half of Death Note isn't the best.
So we've not just been watching anime though. I've had Dakota watch, like we did this thing where we went back and forth watching movies.
Well, I haven't watched anime in a while.
Oh, I've recently watched One Piece, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that together we've watched Severance.
I've been watching a lot of movies. Oh, Severance is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing.
It frustrates me.
I don't want to debate the ending of season 2 because I liked it and you didn't, and I'm not gonna be mad at you. I only thing I point out is it feels like if the roles were reversed about the certain person doing the other thing, you know what I'm talking about? Like if he would have did it for his person, it's the same exact thing. It's just a matter of who has the ability to do it.
No, I'm not upset. You know, my biggest thing was like, I just wanted to make sure she got away. That's really all it was.
I think she's
we
going
don't know
to.
though.
We don't know, and that's the whole point of the show.
Because my thing is, if she doesn't get away, then I'm really pissed.
Well, yeah, because
that was pointless. All of
Yeah.
it.
I mean, yeah, it'll be pointless.
So we watched that together, but
Well, I
mostly,
mean,
I was
yeah.
just saying, mostly we've been watching different movies together, and what we've been doing is going back and forth on. He introduces me to movies I haven't seen, and I introduce him to movies that he hasn't seen, which obviously most of them are from like my teenage years or like early 20s.
Yeah.
Of the movies that I've introduced you to, what have been your favorites?
I'm looking right now. I gotta go to the films that I've rated.
And then you'll have to remind me of the ones that you introduced
I
me
will.
to, because I don't completely remember.
It's 10 Things I Hate About You. I don't have to look it up.
Oh,
But I just love Heath Ledger.
yeah. This is a really good cast.
I think it's that one because you've shown me 10 Things I Hate About You. You showed me Drop Dead Gorgeous, which you just watched.
How did that beat out Drop Dead Gorgeous? Because like Drop Dead Gorgeous is so funny.
It is funny, but I just like 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
I told you this a couple days ago. I'm a sucker for romance.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, there's no romance in Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Literally, some of my favorite movies are Scott Pilgrim, which is you could classify as a rom-com.
Yeah.
I think you can classify Spider-Man if you really break it down, just a superhero rom-com.
Yeah.
And then Princess Bride, which is a rom-com, which I didn't realize it's just a rom-com
Yeah.
because it's made by the person who makes rom-coms.
I think he likes peanut. He'll want
Um,
to eat it. Yeah.
But you showed me Drop Dead Gorgeous, 10 Things I Hate About You, Hackers. These are all things I like. What else did you show me? I'm looking.
Cruel Intentions.
Tropic Thunder, Cool Intentions. I don't know why you mentioned Cool Intentions like that would be my favorite. Okay, spoiler Cool Intentions. It came out years ago.
No, don't spoil it.
Spoilers for Cool.
You could just say
we talked about anime, but when it comes to
we
Cool
were
Intentions,
making major spoilers though.
we kind of were. Okay, fine. I don't like the fucking ending. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. It happened so sudden. I'm so mad. I wasn't trying to get caught up in this. I'm so mad. I thought we'd have a good time with this fucking movie. And then you literally, I wasn't expecting to be sad. Like sad. I got sad over a dude I wasn't expecting to get sad for. A white man?
A white man? No.
No. That's crazy.
Typical.
Did you get that far? Or do you just know that
No,
sound?
I just know that from
'Cause it's
TikTok because
so
I didn't make it that
funny.
far.
The context is a white man.
No, I know.
No.
I've seen the clip, like
Yeah.
him in the school.
Well, no, but it's like there's context before then.
Yeah.
The whole episode's amazing.
I don't know. Is it the youths from the statistics?
Statistics? I want this. I must have this. I love Schmidt, bro.
I can't find my driving
I think
magazines anywhere.
what I'll be doing for the rest of my life is just waiting and counting down the time when it's okay for me to watch New Girl again. So when it'll be refreshing. You know what I mean? That's how I did with Avatar.
I don't know, okay, because I introduced that to you and you decided to watch the rest of it without me after I had told you, hey, I only made it to like season 3.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I have to stick with you.
You're such a rude asshole.
Mom, do you expect me to if you get me on the bike,
Fuck off.
right, and you push me, do you expect me to stay behind and let you walk with me or keep
No,
riding
I'm
to
gonna
the
put
sunset?
a fucking branch down so you can trip over it like in Big Daddy.
Fucked up.
Was that it that I introduced you to?
10 Things I Hate About You, Cool Intentions. I think 10 Things I Hate About You and Cool Intentions was the first one.
No, 10 Things I Hate About You was just recently we watched.
Well, the first one was actually Tropic Thunder, and then it was 10 Things I Hate About You, then it was Cool Intentions.
No, we watched Cruel Intentions before 10 Things I Hate About You. You really need to calm down. We watched 10 Things I Hate About You this week. Cruel Intentions was last week or the week
Okay.
before.
I'm saying in order. You said week, but it's not like
Oh,
we've
you're
been
saying in the
walking.
order of you like them.
No, I'm saying in the order we watched them.
Okay,
But
anyhow.
in between them, we didn't watch any other films.
Well, stuff that you introduced me to. I know
Yeah.
She's the Man.
Oh, She's the Man. Dress Now Companion. I'm just gonna get that off the way. Luca. The Pixar
Oh, yeah,
film.
that wasn't, okay, so
you
that
got so mad at me.
That
Like,
was
I wasn't
one,
trying to
yeah.
do this.
That was one that everybody made a lot of hype about, and I'm like, okay, I guess. But also there was like controversy about, so I was like, I'll get to it eventually.
I don't get what the
I
I think it had to
don't
be from the
know.
actor
People's-
because the dude is controversial.
I don't know.
One of the
I'm
voice
saying,
actors, the dude.
it was a lot better than I expected it to be. Was that it of yours?
I'm looking. I have to go to my. I think is that it of yours though?
I feel like there was more, but I don't remember. No, you watched About a Boy. I
Oh,
remember
About a
that.
Boy. Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay, well, do I like that more than 10 Things
About a
I
Boy
Hate
is so
About You?
good. It's you remember when they're singing?
I
He's
like him
like,
equally.
he's like, it's worse when they close their eyes.
I think I like that equally.
I think it's funny that you learned that I like that better than I like Love Actually, because you'd seen me watch Love Actually a lot more.
I agree that I like it better, but I'm surprised because how much that's something you put on. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Even though we own both.
No, part of the reason is that About a Boy, I don't really have ever seen streaming anywhere like that, and Love Actually is streamed every Christmas, so it just
Yeah.
was easier access to watch. But in all actually,
Oh, I showed you How to Train Your Dragon.
yes, finally,
The
I
first
still
one.
need to see the other ones,
Yeah.
which is again something we owned, and I didn't watch.
I think that is it. I mean,
Just-
we watched Spider-Man.
What?
I put on like the Spider-Man movies.
But that doesn't count.
It's not
We've
like
seen
something,
those.
yeah. I
It
think
was your
that's it.
childhood.
It still is my childhood.
That companion was really good. Was there something that we watched that neither of us had watched besides companion?
We were
You'd
going
already
to, but I
watched
don't
it.
think we did. I'm trying to think. Thinkity think, blinkety blink. I think it's if you had, it's like either you watch it and you just watch it by yourself, and I watch stuff by myself, then you
Yeah, I
guys
don't know.
watch.
So yeah, just basically been doing watching, consuming media.
I don't know
It
if I
does
like
make
Dune
me-
2 more or Interstellar.
It does make me like watching these movies. It made me realize how much I love movies. I think
Yeah,
I've
I thought
gotten
I was always a TV show person.
Yeah, I think I've gotten sucked into TV shows because it feels easier.
and because you can stick with them longer.
Well, and it's also because a lot of movies are so long now. Like,
I used to hate that, but like watching Dune, both Dunes
okay,
and
some
Interstellar.
movies do require
I'm sa-
long.
I know, but I'm just saying I was opposed to the idea as a whole, right? But literally this past week I've watched. Can you let me talk?
Yeah.
This past week I rewatched No Way Home, which was long. That was the first one, and then I watched Dune, and then Dune 2, and actually the longest out of all of them was Interstellar, and that came out 2014, I think. But after watching it, I was like, I don't care how long it is if I'm in the mood to watch something for a while and it's good. I think the problem is some things drag it out when it's not necessary.
This is my issue. I don't want to be in a theater where I'm going to have to piss probably twice for a 3 to almost 4 hour movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's my issue. Like, I don't understand. If this is the thing, it's like, if you're going to continue, right, making these long movies, start doing intermission like they do for theater.
I think if it reaches, runtime including credits, if it reaches 3 hours,
You need to have an intermission.
But like
Just,
I've never watched a 3 hour movie. The only one I have is
That is not
the,
true.
the Zack Snyder one.
Was it Endgame 3 hours?
I don't know.
I don't want to, or Infinity War. One of those.
Zack Snyder Justice League. I had to fuck. That was too long.
I'm just saying.
And then the one I'll never watch, The Irishman. That's way too
Oh
long.
yeah,
Uh,
but that's on Netflix,
and-
so that's fine. You can pause it.
Endgame was 3 hours 1 minute exactly.
Yeah,
But this is why they got away with it. You know why they got away with it? Because it was the culmination. Everybody was waiting for it, and everybody and their mama was waiting for it.
yeah.
You don't care. You don't want to miss it because
Okay,
they
I'm not
literally
saying that
they've-
got dragged
It's like they've
out.
teased you over
My
10
thing-
years.
This is my issue. You want to have 3. First off, let's make a case for an hour and a half film because you've watched a lot of really good hour and a half.
Yeah,
films
and when we say
lately.
that we mean live action because
Yeah.
animation. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like Hackers, 10 Things I Hate About You, Cruel Intentions, The Companion, which is new.
Yeah,
Like those are hour and a half to hour 40 minutes. Like 90 minutes, you're done. And you can tell a complete story. I understand
It
something like
depends on the
Endgame.
genre. Yeah, superheroes you can't do that.
No, I'm saying I understand. Okay, but 2 hours for the most of them is enough,
Yeah.
and that's pushing it for most people's bladders. For something like Endgame, I understand why that is. Why is something like
There's so many
Interstellar
moving
3
pieces.
hours?
It's not 3. It's close to 3 hours, but when I tell you Interstellar had no wasted time, it had no wasted time.
I don't even
In
know what
fact-
it's about
And
besides space.
that's good, and I didn't either, and that's perfect. I truly think you shouldn't know anything, besides its space. I truly, by the end of the movie, I was like, I need a second one or more information. It ended in a way, but I wanted to keep going. I wanted to see more. Like, it's one of those movies that, it's so good. It's so freaking good. It's insane.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you're like at an age where you're like really, really discovering film
And
even more
appreciating it even
and
more.
appreciating it. Especially because like, and that's one of the fun things of like showing you. Yeah, I've shown you a lot of mainstream stuff, but like There's one I'd like to show you, which is Secretary, which is an independent film with
Mom, I have that on my
Spader
list. James Smith and
Maggie
Maggie
Gyllenhaal.
I have
It's
that.
so good.
No, okay, this is
We
the bad,
have that
this
on
is the bad
DVD,
thing.
by the way.
I saw it and then I saw who was in it and I went, oh no, it's James Spader. Oh my god, I do it with him so often. You know
Let's
what?
not confuse white men.
Do you know who I get him confused with?
Ooh.
Who is in The Blacklist? Is that him?
That's him.
Who
What do
am
you
I
think?
con-
There's
who am
nothing
I-
wrong with James Spader. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who am I confusing him
Is
with?
it James Wood? Is that what you're thinking of? Because he's
Maybe I'm
terrible.
not. I don't know.
They don't
but
look
it is,
alike,
It is on my
but-
list because I saw it and I read it. I saw it on a list on Letterboxd. I was like, I read the description. Like,
It's
oh,
so good.
it looks good.
But I love films like that.
But the description kind of turned me off. I was like, is this just gonna be like about like sexual tension?
yes, and
Like
But,
I know,
but not just
I've
that.
learned not to judge a movie by its cover and description.
if
right?
you like Companion, you'll like Secretary, even though it's not exactly the same thing at all. But it's very much like that, like a very different kind of film. And like, is the Virgin Suicides on your list?
I know
Because it should
maybe
be.
I know who I get him confused with.
Who?
And they kind of look like but not Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
That's
well,
and that's
their
valid.
acting levels are the same. So
but
yes.
is it not valid if I would have thought, oh, I just saw the picture, I didn't read his name, I saw the picture, the cover, and I was like, oh, that's in my head. No, I'm saying in my head, I thought, oh, that's Kevin Spacey. I don't watch Baby Driver anymore. I loved Baby Driver, but because of Ansel Elgort and Kevin Spacey, I feel weird about it. No
Yeah.
one's telling me not to. I feel weird about it.
Sorry, my like skin's bothering me
I'm sorry.
like a lot.
Sorry.
Um.
But that's crazy you mentioned that. That's literally, I just added that to my watch list.
And it's fun, like, because again, we watched
It's the
Drop.
fifth most one, yeah.
Yeah. Because we watched Drop Dead Gorgeous, you got to see a very young Kirsten Dunst, and you realizing you haven't seen a lot of her work outside of Spider-Man.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, yeah, obviously. But like, I want you to watch Virgin Suicides because she's in that, and it's really, really good.
Well, I'll just name some that I have on my list, and you tell me if you've seen it.
Yeah,
Because I've had a bunch. Ghost World
I'm pretty sure we own that.
with
yes.
the young Scarlett Johansson.
And yes,
Closer.
yeah, I remember I've talked about
Natalie
Natalie
Portman,
Portman, Julia Roberts, Jude Law.
Django, but that's
I've never seen that.
I've only seen one Tarantino movie, and it's
Don't we
Inglourious
own
Bastards.
that too? And I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I just know that the N-word said a lot, but
Yeah.
people say it, and it's Tarantino. And it's just like, I don't know. 500 Days of Summer, that's always been on there.
Yeah.
I added Dead Poets Society.
Oh God, yeah.
Poor Things. These are movies I'm like,
I haven't seen Poor Things, so I don't know.
I know you said you don't want to watch it, and I'm scared to watch it, but Black Swan. Because you said it's sad, and I don't want to
I haven't seen it. I've only seen what people said about it, and it terrifies me. It's supposed to be like a psychological thriller, I think.
Girl Interrupted.
Girl Interrupted is sad, but definitely worth. That's the other thing is because you got to see a very young Brittany Murphy in Drop Dead Gorgeous, and I'm like, I realize you haven't. There's not a lot of stuff you haven't seen her in outside of what Clueless.
There's another one I saw her in.
I mean, obviously Hank. I mean,
I don't remember though.
no. Why am I blinking? Not Hank Hill. What is the show called?
King of the Hill.
Thank you.
Who did she voice in that?
She's Luann.
She's Luann.
Yeah.
She's
That means you've had a crush on her always.
yeah, always. So she puts that's not her actual voice. though.
No, I don't know where she was born from.
How
I
does
feel
she
like
do that voice?
that Minnesota accent felt very real when she was
She's-
in Drop Dead
she's a-
Gorgeous.
she was a really great actress.
She really like
And I'm really
I
sad
firmly
now.
believe she would have won an Oscar had she lived. That at some point she would have won already.
And the last one, just because I mentioned another one, so you already said that, but Palm Springs. I want to watch that.
I don't know what that is.
It's the one that I think they're stuck in a time loop, but it's what's his name?
Oh,
Andy Samberg.
Yes, I think I do vaguely
And I forget
remember.
who, but everyone was like, "This is
seeing-
like a criminally underrated movie." They're like, "It's so good, but it's not getting." It was one of those where it's
Yeah, I
like
think
not
it's
getting
on
enough.
Hulu.
Originally, I don't know if it is anymore,
Yeah.
but like I know that's where like it always was. I was like, "Oh, looks good." I mean, I love Andy Samberg.
I don't know. I think like watching this stuff.
I have to go back and forth though on the genre.
Yeah.
I can't watch two sad things
No. Fair. Valid.
or two like heavy things. Maybe.
Right. You can't watch Girl Interrupted without me. That's the one you'll have to watch with me.
Seriously?
Yes. Because I haven't watched it in so long. And because it's really good. It's like really good.
Well,
you have
then-
to add riding in cars with boys. It's another good Brittany Murphy, Drew Barrymore, Steven Zahn.
No, you got to choose. Either I watch My Girl with you or Your Girl Interrupted. My Girl
We'll watch
Interrupted.
My Girl together.
My Girl Interrupted.
I want to watch both of them with you. But maybe My Girl. I don't know if you can handle being traumatized by yourself.
I'm scared. The thing looks fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's
Dan Aykroyd,
fine.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I've already told you that they are in this. That I just don't know how you made it through your childhood without watching it.
Well, because it came out in '91, Mom.
Yeah, but there are people your age that know the emotional damage of My Girl.
You know that for a fact? Like my age.
I've seen and Gen Zers talk about it.
Because Gen Z spans a little older than me.
Not much. They're like 2 to 3 years around your age, Dakota. So it's your age.
Obviously, there is a big difference. We have commonalities, but there's a big difference between someone who's like 22, my age, right, and someone who's 24. There's like in terms of what you know and seen. I don't know why. We share a lot of similar things, but I think because the internet has changed over the years so fast, I feel like the world's changing faster than it used to. Does that make sense?
Maybe. There's a lot of, because of where I was born, it's very tail end of Gen X.
Yeah.
It is why we get the Zennial like label, because there's so much that millennials, the older millennials, will be like, "That's my stuff," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? That's my stuff."
Yeah, I don't feel. I've met people who were born in 2006. I don't, and that's 3 years away from me. I don't feel. They feel so far away from me. I get it 3 years, but they feel
that's weird
so
though,
far away
because
from me.
like Kelly and I have the same like.
I know
we're
that's
3
what I'm
years
saying.
apart,
Yeah,
and we feel very much like this is the same shit.
And like technically, they said Gen Z is still like 2009, close to 10. That's weird to me at all. Like, there's no same generation's crazy. Like, to me, to think that we're the same generation and that we're supposed to have very similar things, because we don't at all.
Yeah.
And it's not me just being, oh, I'm older than you. That's not the case.
Yeah, I don't know how they. I mean,
I feel like
besides
it's getting more.
Like, yeah, because I don't have anything common with older Gen X.
Because also, like, people born in 2007, right? They probably don't even really know the Justin Bieber the way I know Justin Bieber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's things that they, like...
Those born in when?
2007 or 8.
Yeah, they know crazy BB.
Yeah, their Bieber introduction was, like...
him having meltdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get that. But I'm saying, like, I was born in 78. I'm not going to have anything in common with someone born in 65.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
That's 13 years.
Yeah, but it's the same generation, technically. I wouldn't know. I don't know if I'd have anything in common with someone who was born in 72.
But also the things, it also depends on who raised you. And not even like your main, but who also raised you. Because you raised me, right?
Yeah.
As a Gen X. But a lot of millennials had an influence on my upbringing too.
Or boomers. Like, we are almost non-existent, Gen X, in the parenting for that. Like, I see a lot of kids your age that their parents are either boomers.
Oh yeah, really old.
Or they're, I mean, like...
No, I mainly see them older than you. All people I met really close to my age, most of them have been older than you.
I don't know if they were boomers,
and you didn't even have me young. You had me like when you were 24.
That's young.
That's not young. So I think young.
Dakota, that's 2 years away from you. Can you imagine having a kid in 2 years?
Do I think it's possible? Yeah.
Yeah,
would I want that? No, because I don't think for me. But if you have a place to do that, that's fine. And also, you don't have to. Like, it's not like, I mean, like you raised me right. You know what I mean? It's not like you know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying though, like,
it depends on the person, because some people are not their emotional actual age.
Right. Well, I was thinking about, okay, like your one specific theater friend that had a brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're both in theater, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I confused.
Their parents,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure, are still considered Gen X. Like,
one of them makes sense to me, one doesn't, and you know which one makes sense and one doesn't.
I'm aware. The one I was friends with doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get. I'll tell you afterwards why it doesn't make sense.
No, I get it.
No, I'm telling you. I think what the factor is why it doesn't make sense. Like why, it especially doesn't. I'm not. Well, I'm just saying, like,
and I don't think that person was more than 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
But like our thought processes were way different.
Yeah.
Like in the way that we viewed the world, just in like general, it's like vastly different. And I never would have thought that someone 5 years older than me, it would be that different, because I've always had friends of varying ages, you know?
Yeah.
So I could see that, how like someone that was born 3 years under you.
Well, this is the weird thing. She's so close to. 'Cause I looked at the Gen Z starting date. You know who's just a year away from being Gen Z with me, and it's Florence Pugh.
She's a millennial though, right?
Yeah, because it's 97 when it started. She was born 96. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
She was born a day before me.
Huh.
January 3rd. Anytime I meet someone who's born close to my birthday, I don't know what it is.
So how much older is she?
She's 7.
7?
Exactly, and I can say basically exactly 7 because she's born.
It's possible.
It's crazy. No, it's
Priyanka
not.
Chopra.
Oh yeah.
It's possible.
Anything is possible.
Plus, she's very youthful.
But anybody born after 97 is in my same generation, which is like, is Zendaya the same?
She's a Gen Z.
She's born 96.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She's considered a millennial?
Yeah.
See?
That makes a lot of sense. Now I know no shade, because I know it's gonna. Okay, now I sound like a millennial hater. Millennials are weird sometimes, right? They were the awkward phase, I think, of the generation, because Gen X were like, yeah, we're cool and shit. Then you have millennials.
No, that's not what Gen X. They were very like, Gen X's whole thing was,
well, Gen X is cool now.
we don't give a shit.
What Gen X did now is cool to us, right?
Yeah.
And the millennials had this awkward. Millennials are the MySpace, Pinterest, Tumblr generation.
Everybody gets a trophy generation.
Yeah, that's stupid to me. I mean, both sides are stupid. The fact that people are so hung up about it is stupid. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they went through the cringest thing, and it's because the start of the internet. And the way, because it's like you're thrusting upon a generation that's going through puberty, the internet.
Yeah.
The beginnings of it. That's why I think they're so cringe. I think they're not bad people, but I think inherently you have a cringe factor.
Yeah.
That is not. It's not fair to you, but it's the truth, and you have to get used to it.
It is weird.
And Zendaya, I've seen old videos of Zendaya where it makes sense she's a millennial, because some of the shit she does.
Timothy's
older than me. He's
30. He's
yeah.
a millennial, and we see
yeah.
his stuff.
Yeah, to the rapid Timothy.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
I want to thank young Timothy for not caring what he posted on the internet, right?
Yeah.
No, I will agree with you, because I was still considered Gen X, and because I was being in Zennial, right? Like right there in the middle of it. The internet came to be while I was in high school, but it was still not everywhere. I mean, we did, like Dakota asked me earlier, did y'all have a home computer? And I was like, yes, but also you had a home computer. Like I had a computer that was for the home when I had dial up, like when he was a kid. And so I didn't, even though, I did like AOL chat and shit, and Yahoo chat and like all of that, right? I wasn't as in the thick of it, and I was on MySpace, and I wasn't in it the way that a lot of millennials were, because a lot of them were growing up with it and became so prominent in their very formative years. Yeah. And it's not that I was like beyond it, but it just was something I was always catching on a little later, because I was so used to having a childhood where technology like that wasn't a thing. Yeah. Like when beepers came out, that was like a huge thing.
That's crazy.
Like we were watching Hackers, like, does he have beepers? Yeah. So I would agree that what makes them cringe is the fact that they really thought they needed to post everything on the internet.
Yeah. They're like, oh, this is so amazing. Let me do this, do that.
Which is people.
Like, no one needs to have a selfie in sepia fucking filter.
I had a selfie
and hashtag blessed day.
Okay, I don't think I didn't
needs
hashtag
that. They were the hashtag YOLO generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're that
YOLO.
generation, they're the keep calm and swag on.
Keep calm and swag on.
That's your generation.
That's not my generation.
So no, I'm saying millennials. If you like, oh, millennials, don't get butthurt. Okay. We Gen Zers acknowledge we. Well, I think it's really the one below us a little more.
Shut up.
Okay, no, we are. We
need to own it all.
We have. I think there's a lot of great things about us, but we are the brain rot generation. There's some of the stupidest things have come out of our generation. Some of the greatest things have too. Like I think a lot of us are doing amazing things. I think it was
your generation that did the throwing the cheese on babies.
Well, that's funny to anybody. I think I truly think an older person did that first. But it's like, We have done. Oh, I'm still on the Gen Z
No,
stuff.
okay. So today I was on Threads.
Wait, hold on. Can you remember what you're gonna say? Because I want to say one thing.
Okay.
So the actors are just named that are technically millennials. You remember them, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna name actors who are kind of not that far off, but they're Gen Z, and you tell me, don't you realize the difference, right?
Okay.
So you have people like Jenna Ortega.
That's Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. I'm naming all Gen Z kids. Any
Yeah.
of the Stranger Things kids.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there like a big difference though? Like, it's only like 5 years or so, but there's a difference. You know what I mean?
Between Zendaya
Between
and Jenna Ortega?
I think in the way that they present themselves and the way they act, it's not acting, but like you can tell like they were born in different generations, even though they're only like 5 years apart. You know what I mean?
I don't think.
To me,
those are probably the bad examples because I feel like they have kind of the same energy in certain ways.
Well,
so I don't know.
I mainly said the Stranger Things.
If you do the Stranger, oh my God, Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay,
I wish she'd stop being on the internet.
I said Joja Siwa.
Yeah. Oh, her too.
Joja Siwa.
Sorry, them too. Like, y'all don't have to be on the internet all the time. Is the point? Like, it's not necessary.
Gen Z things that confuse millennials. Let's see what this is. And this is, and I'm. You know what's crazy is I'm on a millennial site, and you know what millennial site I'm on.
Threads.
No.
Oh,
Threads was made
Facebook?
now. BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed
is the essential
Sorry,
fucking
yeah,
millennials.
you're right. Hey, some great things came out of BuzzFeed. I think Quinta Brunson came out of there. I know she came out of Vine, but I'm not sure if she worked at BuzzFeed as well.
Why are all the trendy sneakers so bulky? We have had a lot of bulky. That's funny, actually.
I like that though. But that's just because y'all are taking from Gen X, like my high school years. So that makes sense.
One of my students said LMAO in front of me yesterday and asked me if I knew what it meant. I had to tell her that those kind of acronyms are at least 20 years old and my generation popularizes them. Did millennials popularize LMAO?
Yeah.
They did?
LOL, all that shit, that's a millennial thing.
TTYL?
Yeah. Well, no, TTYL was like way before. Like, yeah, that was before the internet. I mean, y'all, no, except for maybe the first generation, right? Invented shortening shit, right? Like sus isn't something that millennials or Gen Z came up with. That was in my generation. It was probably before
Sus was
that.
made from Among Us. It's sus. You're being sus.
The way that your generation thinks they all came up with Bye Felicia irritates me to this day.
We don't. There's no way
There literally have been people your age saying,
Mom,
like they invented that.
You have to understand there's two people in every generation, okay?
There's two people.
There's stupid people in every generation.
Okay, anyhow, earlier when I was on Threads, because you never let me finish what I was saying, on today, some millennial who's 42, so 4 years younger than me.
That feels
right?
wrong.
That's an elder millennial.
I know this is bad, but in my mind, millennials will always be 20 to 30 years old.
Though. They are not.
I've never viewed them as younger than 20. I've never viewed them as older than the 30s.
Okay.
They're always like,
no, they're
it's
40
millennials.
too.
They're hip. They're trend.
No, actually, some of them are 44.
They're not old. You're not old, but millennials are getting old, and it's freaking me out.
No, listen, because they were like, she's like, I know everyone talks about how cringe it is that millennials say that we don't age, blah, blah, blah. And then like this long post with a picture of herself, right? Yeah. And from far away, yeah, you zoom in on that shit, that bitch looks older than me. And I didn't comment, but I wanted to comment and be like, maybe let's stop claiming that you're not aging. And also let's not put that disgustingness into the... But I see it a lot. Millennials like, oh, we're the ones that never age. I see it with my generation too, Gen X.
Wait, who? None of y'all should be saying that, by the way.
Okay, rude ass.
I'm saying no one should say that. No generation can say that.
But I mean, I don't look my age.
I'm just saying no one can speak for their whole thing.
But lately I have looked my age. So that's my point. And who cares? What does that even mean? I don't understand why.
Bless you.
Thank you. I don't understand why they have to make that their whole fucking personality is my point. Either of them. Because I've seen Gen X do the same thing. Like, I don't know about y'all. I have night sweats. I'm irritable all the time. I am full into perimenopause. If I wanted to, I couldn't ignore the fact that I'm aging.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like our society being obsessed with youth, but specifically Gen X. And like, I never heard a baby boomer saying they're not aging. Their ass is new.
I think I've always convinced baby boomers have always been old. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you real quick. But I'm gonna show the difference in generations using the phone, and it's really funny. It's person, a YouTuber I follow for whatever, right? Look,
I do the pause.
tell me.
I do the millennial pause.
You also do the Gen Z angle though.
Man, that's your best angle.
But also Gen X attitude was like Gen X You got you. I'm not saying all, but you guys have an attitude. That's not a bad, but it's an attitude.
It's a lot of
for
because
sure.
we were latchkey kids and because we were forgotten.
I also don't even know what that means, by the way. I
told you that what that means. It means both of our we were the first generation
Both your parents
where
went to work.
both the parents worked outside of the house.
Sorry. Okay, there you go.
And I do that disclaimer on outside of the house because moms work every day,
Yeah.
even though they're not getting paid. And their husbands can act like because they pay the bills, they're getting paid. No, fuck you. You'd work anyway. Sorry. That was just some little thing. But yeah, it was that we were the first generation where both our parents worked, so we were having to come home by ourselves and amuse ourselves.
Yeah.
And we did things like we were out in the fucking streets, you know, they didn't know where we were. It was just a lot. They literally, our generation had to have a commercial. Have you seen this? Where it was like, do you know where your kids are? It was a PSA.
Yeah.
To make sure to go find your kids.
We had those stop vaping commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. We also had the don't do drugs, like this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs, and it's the eggs, right? That was our generation.
Yeah, but also I'm sure in that weed was included. No,
that was like the main one.
Yeah,
it was weed.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Crazy.
And then it was also that were seen and not heard.
Yeah.
So we were just like this whole generation.
And so basically, what
that
you're
gets
saying,
ignored.
You're upset because Gen Zers have a bigger voice now, and I'm saying that's rightful to be a
No,
little spiteful.
okay. And I've told you this before. I feel like Gen Z is what Gen X could have been had we had social media.
Well, yeah.
Now Gen X did do a lot of things. Gen X started the LGBTQ movement, like.
Yeah.
Not like completely, not Stonewall, but I'm saying like when in the 90s, like pushing towards getting gay rights, that was older Gen X that was doing that stuff. Older Gen X had the hand in the internet becoming a thing. So it's not that Gen X has no accomplishments, it's that they don't get looked. If you look on the internet.
They started it, millennials kind of lived in it for a bit, and then Gen Zers kind of checked people.
But it's like, it so astounds me that anytime I see people post, that's like the exception, the thing you showed me. Most of the time it's, baby boomers or not even baby boomers, just boomers or millennials or Gen Z. Gen X gets completely fucking ignored in things like that. And I don't understand it because it's not like we're a small fucking generation.
That is crazy. I actually, you've been saying that, but now that I just really thought about it for like a quick 3 seconds, I've noticed the ones that, because of the okay boomers, like whatever, that was a big thing. Millennials, we already talked about how cringe they are, so they're gonna get mentioned. And Gen Zers are the one right now who are the most with the internet and everything. You know what I mean? So it makes
I hear more about fucking Gen Alpha than I do Gen X, which is like gross.
I think it's hit or miss.
But I'm saying most of them aren't even 18.
What?
There's no Gen Alphas that are 18.
And I've met Gen Alphas that were born in 2020s, and that's weird to me.
Yeah.
And I want to throw up inside. But yeah, I don't understand why Gen X.
I don't really either. I know we're obviously not big as generation as baby boomers, and I think we are smaller than millennials.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me. Some of the most notable people were like, I mean, for better or worse, Elon Musk is a Gen Xer. I hate him, but he is.
I'm trying to think of like famous celebrities. They're all Gen X, right?
I mean,
or are they millennials? Because
it just depends on who you're thinking of. I mean,
well, the top celebrities are like people like Margot Robbie.
She's a millennial.
Yeah, I know she is.
Yeah.
We've already mentioned like Tom Holland and Zendaya. They're like the very cusp of the age millennials. Some people call them Gen Zs. I don't think so. I get you think of actors in their 30s. Is Chris Evans a millennial or is he a Gen X? I'm thinking of MCU people. That's honestly what I'm thinking of.
Well, like Robert Downey Jr. is Gen X.
Yeah, but that's obvious.
Julia Roberts is Gen X. She's
yeah.
like the very beginning. Chris Evans, I think, is millennial. Yeah, he's millennial. He's 43. Pedro Pascal is Gen X.
Yeah.
God, he's like, Pedro Pascal is actually who I would pick for representing Gen X. I feel like he very much encompasses Gen X.
Famous Gen X
celebrities.
Xers.
Or Xers,
famous people from Gen X. This can't be like okay, whatever. Gwen Stefani,
Yeah.
Nev Campbell, Robert Downey Jr., Mariah Carey, all the Black Eyed Peas,
All the Black Eyed Peas.
Eminem, Charlie Sheen,
Shakira.
it's literally right there. Pharrell, you said Elon, The Rock, Will Smith, Celine Dion, J.K. That's not a good one
Eminem.
for you. I said Eminem.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Ewan McGregor, John Cena, Kobe, but
I'm just saying, there's a lot of
there's
prominent celebrities
very prominent ones
that have made like huge contributions.
Is Scarlett not
No, she's a millennial.
Well, because the reason I ask, Usher, Shaquille, reason I asked that is because I saw The Rock, and I know multiple times he's been the highest paid actor, and I know she's been multiple times highest paid actor.
Yeah, she's a millennial. I'm pretty sure. I think she's like maybe 40. I'm not quite sure. Oh, what's his name? Jon Favreau. He's a Gen Xer. And like that man, I mean, we have what we know as Marvel now a lot to do with him.
Let me start naming millennials real quick.
No, I know there is. My point is, we have a significant voice in significant things we've done, and yet they still get fucking bypassed. Like either they assume they're boomers or assume they're millennials. They just like don't acknowledge that they're Gen X.
Yeah.
Which is just Ben Affleck, Gen X. Matt Damon. I'm just saying, like, there's these huge people that you grew up. Ben Stiller, like, you grew up with some of these people.
I know this.
Will Ferrell.
I know this has to make sense because millennials are, I guess, would society consider the prime age right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the prime ages.
Well, not elder millennials.
Not elder, but
like
saying,
mid.
But still, yeah. So, but I'm listening. I looked at them. So like Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Beyonce, Mark Zuckerberg, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, Ronaldo, Messi, Michael Phelps, Adele, Ariana Grande, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Like LeBron, Mahomes, Stephen Curry, Nicki Minaj. Like I literally just named some of the most popular people right now ever.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how and I guess it makes sense because like I know who Gen Xers are, right? And that you have popular ones like RDJ.
Yeah,
right?
but the fact is you had to look up. You weren't sure on. And it's because they don't talk about being Gen X.
It's crazy.
They don't talk about it. They just like, okay, yeah, like, and that's.
But also the most famous ones are millennials. I would say.
And again, as much as I don't like him, you think there's anybody right now more famous than Elon Musk?
Trump.
He's a boomer.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I'm
just
saying.
Wait, I mean, there is. I just named two of the most famous people in the world.
Is it Beyonce? Taylor Swift?
I forget about those two, but I mean, I talk
about.
Ronaldo. Yeah, it's Ronaldo and Messi. You understand the power of soccer is fucking insane, and they do other things too. But they are only the most followed people, right? It's just like they.
Okay, but you understand there's a good majority of people in the U.S. that don't know who those people are, and you said the world.
I said no. I'm saying
the
world.
You have to add the U.S. into that.
I'm adding the U.S. into it. I'm saying there's a lot that do though, right?
Okay, but,
can I get out my sentence because you keep because I only see a few things. Right, sports, right, as a whole, is probably a top 3 thing in the world. Am I wrong? It's probably sports, art, and science, right?
Okay, yeah.
Or sports, art, and politics. Sports, arts, and STEM, right? They are the most they are the most famous of the most popular sport in the world, and the countries that have the most like very high populations, soccer is huge there. You get what I mean?
Okay, but they still know who the fuck Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and
Lady Gaga I'm saying they're
are.
up there with them. I'm just saying. I feel
like they're tied. If anything, I don't feel like that he is more famous.
Well, I'm
than
saying this might be me being wrong. I think Beyonce is more famous than Taylor Swift.
I think you're wrong, and I hate that. Like
maybe now Taylor Swift is more popular. I think for a minute
didn't Lady Gaga
her.
just like sell out some like huge thing that's never been sold out before, like something in like it's like Brazil or Argentina somewhere. Yeah. Where it was like huge. She had this huge thing.
But probably it's never been set up by an artist because if you did a Real Madrid match, right?
Okay, but that's a team, not one person.
But I'm saying it's not one person. But you know who's known for that team? It's either Ronaldo or FC Barcelona. It is Messi.
Okay. I'm not saying they're
I
not
don't even.
famous.
They're not even my
I'm
favorite
saying
players. I'm just saying.
Until you told me who the fuck they were, I didn't know who Ronaldo
But
was.
Mom,
I knew who Messi
you
was, but
can't-
I didn't know who
you can't view the world.
Ronaldo is.
You can't view the world in your lens.
I
as everyone
can
else's.
if you're saying the entire world.
Yes.
The entire world, which includes the U.S., is all my point.
I'll just do
Soccer is just now starting to become a bigger thing here.
Yeah, here, but we're not.
Okay,
the,
but
we're
I'm
not
including.
the majority.
I didn't say we're the majority, but we are included in the world. And I'm telling you that Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga are known in all of those other countries at the same level.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not famous. I'm saying they're at least at the same level.
It's not a good place to do it, but I'm just gonna check Twitter.
Oh,
Not Twitter. Reddit. It's not. I kind of went lower.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
This was 2 years ago, right? But someone asked, "Who do you think is the most famous living person on the planet?" We'll probably end with this because we're at hour 5. Excluding presidents, the Pope, and the Dalai Lama because they're already super famous for their roles, and we want to,
Yeah,
that's fair because they're not famous. Their roles are famous.
I mean, who's gonna beat Nelson Mandela? Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela's an exception, but like the Dalai Lama, the Pope, like they
Yeah.
know. Oh, it's the Pope, but they don't really know
Yeah.
most of the time. They just know the
Like Queen
figurehead.
Elizabeth, everybody knows. Like, yeah.
It's a queen or the president or whatever. That's not so. Someone said Messi and Ronaldo, and because Ronaldo's the most famous. Someone said the Queen. Someone said I see a lot of you saying Taylor Swift. I'm Canadian, living in Europe since I was 12. I don't think she's that big at all. She's
Okay.
very famous in North America, especially at the moment, and some countries in Asia.
When was this?
So, but not as famous as Beyonce, Rihanna, and Shakira at all. And these people have like Sweden.
Well,
and
I'd
all
say Shakira might actually beat all of them.
saying,
Yeah.
I get Taylor Swift is so popular. I truly don't.
Okay, I didn't say just Taylor Swift.
No, I'm saying I'm naming
three
other,
people.
I'm saying I don't think she's the most popular woman singer.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
I
Beyonce
keep forgetting about Shakira.
and Shakira. Like
Shakira's probably.
I don't know why Taylor Swift
And I think
is
Shakira.
viewed as.
I do think that if Shakira came
I
from
think it's
here,
because Taylor Swift has the most rapid fan base.
are you gonna listen? If Shakira was from here, though, I don't know if she'd have that kind of popularity
Well, no, but that's
worldwide.
But you could say this because that's just a matter of circumstance. Because I think American has this point of view that the world is yeah. There's people.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
because if she had been born
But the
here,
fact- but
she would not have that kind of.
I'm saying, but
reach.
she isn't, and that she wouldn't be the same person. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
Because Shakira, I'm
Well,
not
I
saying
mean,
her,
maybe her parents immigrated and she still has that.
I'm saying her identity isn't being necessarily from Colombia, right?
Yeah.
But it is a big part of how she grew up, and the same thing if you were born in America, the way you're gonna move in the world is kind of based on where you were born. So I don't think she'd be the same person. So I think that argument, while true, isn't.
Yeah, I'm not
relevant,
saying
you know
she's
what I
not
mean?
talented and that it's not deserving.
No, I'm not. That's not what I was saying at all. I'm just saying you shouldn't. There's not a way to think because of course she'd be different.
Okay, so
Because if she was born here, there's a chance she might be someone completely different because she might be pushed in a different direction.
okay, imagine. Well, think about this. Beyonce's born here, right?
Yeah.
But they move
I was who you saying.
to another, to a European country
Yeah.
when she's like 10,
Yeah.
and she spends the rest of her time growing up there,
Yeah.
and she starts her career there.
So you're
like,
saying
search there.
she still becomes a singer?
She still becomes a singer.
Well, I'm saying
you think
I
she
don't.
then's bigger than Messi?
Um.
Like she still becomes Beyonce. She eventually has to move back to the
here-
States.
This
But
is a problem. I actually love this kind of talk. Because this is why I like my philosophy class in college. This is the thing. I'll tell you when I'm done. I don't. We have to look at the fact that you're just saying you're going on saying that she's going to become a singer, and I get that you're saying this is the case, but it's hard for me to wrap my head around that because I don't think 10. There's a lot of influences that she might have pushed in a different direction. You don't know her living situation. You don't know the schooling that might have pushed her to do something way different, right?
in Europe, where the arts are
No,
very
I know.
prominent.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I think if I was born in a different state, I might have done something different, and that's just over there, right? I'm saying you never know, but at the same time, she's speaking a different language, most likely. You don't know, right?
Well, no, I said she was born here.
Born here.
So she definitely knows English.
She knows English, but we don't know if she'll sing in English. But let's say she sings in English, right? Give me the country,
Let's
or
say
give me the continent.
Spain.
Spain, Europe, singer. I can't even think the most famous Spanish singer right now, right? Let alone being a woman who's darker. No, she would be nowhere near Ronaldo and Messi. She's a darker woman in Spain.
I said she still becomes like Beyonce that
But
we know.
okay, so what I was gonna. That's the thing. There's no way she'd become Beyonce because
Well, yeah,
the reason she became
because
Beyonce is where she's from.
Destiny's Child, the fact that she came home to Houston.
All the
she
all the
did
things
Star
that made her
Search, all of that
Beyonce,
stuff.
all the things that made her Beyonce is her history living here and what she went through. It's not that she owes it to that. It's just that's who she is as a person. And I don't
Yeah.
think the way you navigate being born somewhere else is probably going to be different. You know what I mean? I think these things will be similar.
I'm still gonna go with that. That Rihanna and Beyonce are as well known as Messi around the world.
I
And
think if you're going to
and
say one,
Shakira as well.
if you're going to say one, say Beyonce or Shakira. Because I think Beyonce is the most famous singer from here.
I don't know. Rihanna might be taking it because of not just her music, because of Fenty Beauty.
Maybe, but I don't know if that. Do they know her name or do they know Fenty? That's the thing.
No, everybody knows Fenty is Rihanna though.
You're saying that as an American, not every. You have to view the world. Not.
I'm
I
looking
know
at
Fenty.
the fashion and beauty
I
more
lived-
well.
I'm an American, born and raised. Right. I hate that I said that, but I didn't know Mark Stein was. I didn't know Mark Anthony was a person.
Oh my God.
I'm saying there's you. How is it hard for you to wrap your head to that? People just might know. They might know nothing about the person because all they grew up with is Fenty the brand.
Yeah, true. But I would just say in like.
And also, I hate this, but you got to look at the Kardashians. I hate it. You have to because the Skims thing is popping off.
Okay. On that note,
But I will
roast it out.
I will say I don't know the case. I love to see. I love to talk about it, but yeah, you have to exclude people like the Pope and the President because I didn't realize that. Yeah, because they're figureheads. You don't know who that is, all right? Because Obama was huge.
Well, you're forced to know who they are.
Yeah,
because
you're forced
they're
to know.
Political.
Yeah, because they're political,
and it could affect you.
or they're religious. They're religious.
Yeah. For the Pope, it's because Catholicism.
Yeah.
It has what happens there affects all of Catholics. I mean, Catholic is probably the biggest.
They got the
for Christianity.
The Pope is going to be a Bears fan.
The Bears.
The Bears.
That's awesome.
May God be with you and the Bears.
I hope whatever they do for him, like
literally the most
some deep dish
the most popular.
Oh my God!
Mom,
hold on,
listen.
in Italy. Could you imagine
Yeah.
someone like make me a deep dish pizza?
The most popular religious person in the world hates the Packers. I love
that for them. I'm not even Catholic, but I love it for them.
I love. I obviously in sports rivalries. I'm kind of taking a step back from sports, but I still have the blood in me that hates certain teams, right? I love watching other sports rivalries. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I like other fans getting at each other.
Also, he
It's
probably
so fun.
really hates the Yankees too.
It's the same way that a part of me likes seeing drama and fights.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't, especially if it's someone I know, I'm not going to want that. And I get that selfish. But all humans are selfish. So.
Yeah. Well,
whatever. You can be, I think you should try to be the most selfless you can.
The most selfish you can be?
I think you should be the most selfless you can.
Oh.
I think that's what you should try to do. In whatever way.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it up.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm tired.
You're good.
All right.
Love you. To the back.
To the back.
To the back.
To the back. Podcast. I don't know why